Sup guys? Today I'm going to show you how to make your own 2D camera system. You know, the kind that smoothly follows your character and lets you zoom in and out, just like in a ton of popular side-scroller games. And the best part is, we're going to build this entire system from start to finish using only one script, keeping things super clean and simple. Alright, so to get started, let's head over to our Explorer. From there, we'll go into Starter Player, then into Starter Character Scripts, and create a new local script. Let's name it 2D Camera System. Perfect. Okay, let's open that up and start coding. Okay, so starting off, the first thing we're going to do is just set up a spot for all of our references. This is basically where we'll keep all the services and objects we need to grab from the game. Alright, so the first thing I want to do in here is get all the Roblox services we're going to need, like the one that handles all the players' input, and another that lets us update stuff every single frame. And then right under that, we're going to get all the player stuff. So a direct link to the local player, their character, and of course the camera itself, just so we have it all ready to go. So now what we want to do is make a configuration table. This is where I like to put all the settings, like how far you can zoom or how smooth the camera follows, because it makes it super easy to tweak later. Okay, and we also need a variable to keep track of the camera's state, which for us is just going to be the current zoom distance from the player. Alright, so now that we have all that set up, we can get into the main part of the script and start writing the functions that will actually make our camera work. So the first function we're going to make here is one to handle the zoom. This is just going to check for when the player scrolls their mouse wheel and then change the zoom level. The first thing we want to do inside this function is a quick check to make sure zooming is actually enabled and that the player isn't just scrolling through some UI, because we don't want the camera to zoom in that case. So then what I'm going to do is add an if statement to check if the input is specifically the mouse wheel, so we only run the zoom code when we're supposed to. Okay, so now for the most important part, we're going to create a function that updates our camera's position. This is what's going to run every single frame and actually create that smooth follow effect. And inside here, the very first thing we have to do is set the camera type to Scriptable. This is super important because it basically tells Roblox, hey, let my script control the camera completely. So now what we want to do is figure out where the camera should be. We'll calculate a target position based on our character's position, plus our zoom and offset values. And then here's a really important bit. We're going to make the smoothing work with delta time. This pretty much just ensures the camera feels just as smooth for someone playing at 30 FPS as it does for someone at 120 FPS. Okay, and then the last step is to actually move the camera. We're going to use lerp to move it just a little bit closer to our target position each frame, and that's what gives it that nice smooth feel instead of just snapping instantly. So that's pretty much it for the functions. The last thing we have to do is actually connect all this stuff up. So we'll tell the user input service to run our zoom function and run service to run our update function. Alright, and with that, all of our code is done. Now for the fun part. Let's go ahead and hit play to see it all in action. Also, here's where you can tweak all the zoom settings. Just mess with these numbers until you get it exactly how you want it for your game. Alright guys, and that's pretty much it for this tutorial on our 2D camera system. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And hey, if you use this in your own game, definitely share it down there so we can all check it out. As always, if this helped you, a like and a subscribe would be awesome. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.